Hi, I'm Ron Price, owner-operator of Productive Outcomes here in Farmington, New Mexico. Also the author of the book, Play Nice in Your Sandbox at Work. It's an ebook at Amazon, set you back 99 cents, but you're going to learn 4 ways to prevent conflict from coming into your lives. Thanks to Greg Allen and San Juan Safe Communities, we've already covered those. I invite you to go to their website and look at those 4 segments from the PLAY acronym of Play Nice in Your Sandbox at Work. Now we're into the N.I.C.E portion of how do you deal with conflict that's too important to prevent or just brush aside. We've covered the N, negotiate with the other person, not against them. We've covered interests matter and issues, not positions. Today we're going to talk about the C in the N.I.C.E acronym, which is cooperate for mutual benefit. Folks, again, if you're in a dispute with someone else, you have certain objectives, certain ideals, certain ways that you think the problem should be resolved. Well, guess what? If you have those, maybe there's a pretty good chance the other person does too. And so what we're suggesting here is it's worth your time and your energy and your effort to put yourself in their shoes, to see the situation that the way they see it, and what would be a win for them. If we're going to get this situation resolved, what would leave them pleased, satisfied that it is in fact resolved. You know, several times I refer back to the Stephen Covey 7 Habits of Highly Effective People program. It's a great program. They offer it up at San Juan College on a regular basis. And habit 4 is think win-win or no deal for now. And it's just a great mindset. If you're in a dispute with someone that you care about, now, you know, if it's a total stranger that you don't ever want to see again and they mean nothing to you, well, then maybe you can put it over on them, take advantage of them and walk away satisfied. To me, that's not a great way to live. I don't care what the relationship is. It's far better to think win-win. Not just you get what you want, but how can they get what they want and need at the same time? It's just a much better way to live. I'll tell you a story in a few moments of how N.I.C.E discovered that. But think win-win or no deal for now keeps the door open. Hey, if we can't reach a win-win, if we can't have mutual benefit right now, let's postpone the discussion. Let's give it some time, let's think of some different options, and let's reconvene later rather than just say, well, I'll see you in court, which ultimately is the final option at some points. I mentioned N.I.C.E a moment ago. He's the famous CEO of Chrysler. He invented the Mustang. He led the project to restore the Statue of Liberty. A very powerful man, a very wealthy man, a driven, successful man. And he made a comment one time that he never entered into any agreement that he didn't genuinely feel was also a good deal for the other side. Now, I got to tell you, when I first heard that, I was surprised because my conception of N.I.C.E is he's driven, he's powerful, he's going to get what he wants. But folks, he realized that the other person had rights and he was going to have to deal with them at some point as well. And if he didn't pay attention to their rights, to their concerns, to their benefit, then it was probably going to come back and haunt him later. By having that mindset of he never entered into any agreement that he didn't genuinely feel was also good for the other side, he could sleep well at night. He didn't have to worry when they were going to come back and try to get at him. So folks, I'm telling you, cooperate with an attitude of mutual benefit. You'll find yourselves resolving disputes much more pleasantly, much more productively. As I always say, conflict is inevitable. If you ever figure out how to live life with no conflict, let me know, would you? I'd be interested. But damaged relationships are optional. I trust this information is helping. I sure hope it is. We'll be back with you next week. Stay tuned.